Hi, Angela. How are you today?
Hello, I'm doing well, thank you.
Yes, I'm so glad we're talking today. Tell me a little bit about your high school and something that you were really proud about, some achievement or something, what that you've done that you're happy with.
So definitely for me, high school wasn't I feel like a lot of people felt like high school was a really bad time, but I guess in my opinion, high school was when I kind of found myself in the way that I kind of came out of my shell
Mhm.
and became more than just the stereotypical shy kid at the back of the classroom. And I feel like a lot of that was attributed to my participation in mock trial in
Uh,
high school.
uh,
And I came in and I was this very introverted, head down kind of kid, but
mhm.
I had always had a fascination with presenting and public speaking.
Yeah.
And one of my friends, her brother had been in mock trial, and so she invited me to go
Mhm.
see around.
Yeah.
And I watched these people. It was in an actual courtroom, and there was an actual judge, and it was so cool the way that they, presented themselves and the way that they could project so much in
Uh-huh.
this courtroom. And so, I joined them my freshman year of high school, and then I stuck with it all 4 years. I began as a witness, I became an attorney, I became, captain of my team, and all the while, it was sort of just, finding out that, I was more than just being at the back of the classroom. I loved sharing ideas in front of people. I loved, having an argument and being able to, support it with facts and other evidence.
Yeah.
And I love the connections that we could make through just presenting in front
Wow.
of people.
That's fantastic. I mean, some people, gain so much out of these little experiences and become
Mhm.
confident. And like you said, right, you could just it can help you come out of your shell. So tell me now, is there anything that you're really passionate about? I know your mock trial you said, but is there anything else like I know a little bit that you do, but tell you talk about art all the time whenever we talk. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. So, I after mock trial, of course, I became much more comfortable public speaking, but I'm still a very kind of on my own time, I really enjoy the quieter activities like art. I was always the art kid
Uh-huh.
from elementary school to high school to even college. It's kind of just um, when I was little, my mom would sit me at the kitchen table and teach me how to draw these potato people, basically, the ones where it's
Yeah.
just a circle for a body. But I loved it. I love the idea of being able to create my own worlds, basically. And it was really nice just being able to use art, even now, to kind of hang on to some of that childhood magic. Kids they can play pretend for hours on end.
Mhm.
um, I really envy that time in our lives when everything was just so creative and magical, and I feel like I try to preserve that almost in my art.
Wow. And I know you're taking an art course too, right, in this semester?
I'm taking a creativity workshop thing that involves a little art. I
Yeah.
am planning to take more art courses in the future, though.
Fantastic. Talking about your future, where do you see your career going, and what do you want to do in the long run?
Oh boy. I I've gotten more comfortable with the idea that I don't really have to know right now. I think that gave me a lot of stress before, but I do have a vague idea, but I'm still totally open to kind of exploration and learning more about myself
Yeah.
and then changing plans accordingly. But I'm a business major right now. I'm thinking of adding another major, but I think I want to do something that has value for me in the sense that I think my definition of success involves a lot of how can I positively benefit other people.
Mhm.
And so right now I'm kind of looking into careers that do have that value, either directly or indirectly. Like
Yeah.
I've been looking into consulting actually,
Mm.
because that involves like a lot of my passions for problem solving, like analytical thinking, organization, and like above all, just being able to make that positive impact on people and businesses.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's always been for me like there's just so much, there's so many options. It's like how do I choose one? But I think as I'm going through schooling and learning about what I love and like some things that I don't really like,
Mm.
um, it's getting easier for me to say that like even though I don't know 100% now, that's okay. I'm only here. I'm not an adult yet. And I have more confidence that I'll find like that thing eventually, even if I don't stick with it. Like I have a hope, I have a feeling that I'll find the right thing for the right moment.
That's fantastic. And I think we really appreciate what you're doing. And
Oh,
I'm
thank
sure your
you.
parents, I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much, Angela, for your time.
Oh, thank you.